Good morning. So I nearly didn't log my food as I went on a snack hunt. That was a comment I had yesterday. And the reason I'm sharing this, I'm not sharing this to say that everyone should track their food, track their calories, by the way, forever. I think it's a valuable thing that everyone should be aware of, and probably with the calories on food items is, as the research shows, may have a positive impact on people's choices. People go, aha, but actually then it's our choice. We can say, you know what, I'm choosing to have this higher calorie option. A bit like, maybe when we go to a restaurant, you might go, oh, the steak's £4 more, but actually I'm choosing to have this because I really want to have a steak today. Whatever it is, it's enables us to make a better informed choice rather than go, whenever I go out, we have a coffee, I have a cake, they have a cake, and yet I gain weight and they don't. And actually there's like 200 calories in between the cakes. And you see it sometimes, like when I'm in Costa, Cafe Nero, I can't help but always look. And it's like, well, that I would never have looked from seeing that one's 200 calories more than the other. Now, the reason I'm sharing this is when they went on the snack hunt, they were like, what's the point now? There's no point logging the food because the calories are going to show horrendous. It's write off. I've failed. What's the point? And we go into that space, and it's very human nature to do that. We have this very all or nothing perfect mindset sometimes, and it was a real good eye-opener because by logging the food, she was able to see that actually, it wasn't as bad as I thought. And I see a lot of this, especially when people come from maybe trying lots of different diets before, which again, it's not your fault. There's loads of confusion out there in terms of eat as much pasta as you want, eat as much fruit as you want. This is a healthy food, so you can have as much as you want of that. And I'm not saying that avocado is less healthy, is bad for you because it's the same calories as a cake and you might as well have a cake. That's not true. But at the same time, there's often no whole truths in this, in that we have to be less absolute about things and a bit more flexible and forgiving, and actually know that the meal that we choose doesn't define whether we have willpower, doesn't define whether we're a good or bad person, but rather it's the choice we made at that time. What were the benefits? What were the drawbacks? Did you make the right decision for you at that time? Did you choose a decision that made you happy? Were you people pleasing? These are all questions that can really get into us and go, yeah, did I just do that to people please? And it's an interesting one. Like we went up to people's house for a dinner on Friday night, and I was driving, so I couldn't drink anyway, but it was like, this is normally a situation where potentially I'd drink, not really for me, but just to drink, which is a really interesting one, even though perhaps I wouldn't want one, or because I knew I had an early start the next day and it was going to be a late night anyway. And my energy, and when I look at the cost of drinking that, and I'm thinking, waking up the next day, trying to get the kids ready for dance, getting our workouts in, coaching, I need energy for that, and that's more important to me than having that drink at that time. But that's my choice in there. But the more we become aware of these things, the better. Hey Lou, good morning. If you're coming in on replay, by the way, do give me a hello. Let me know if you found that helpful, and let me know if you do log your food at all, if you do track your food, or if you have done in the past and that's informed your decision in the future. Because one would hope from this that actually the lesson from this is that, sometimes our thoughts about the thing are the issue rather than the thing itself. So our thoughts about the thing are the issue rather than the thing itself. And what I mean by that is, we can have some biscuits, cake or whatever and go, oh yeah, I've failed now, this is rubbish. But actually, by having that awareness that actually, let's say I'm following this 80-20 rule, where 80% of my foods are whole foods, nutritious, 20% can come from whatever they want, providing they're within like my intake, if you like, then we're having that flexible approach, and that's okay. That might be that some days you go, I want to use that 20% and have that afternoon tea today. Tomorrow you might go, you know what, no, I fancy like some more fruit, some yogurt. It's a nice day. I've got some watermelon from the market. That was just me yesterday. And all of these things come into it. Then we're like, yeah, actually, I'm going to go for that. And the calories might be exactly the same. You might feel different, whether that's psychological as well. We'd be like, oh, that's such nutritious fruit. And, we psychologically can feel quite good. But physiologically, you're getting more nutrients in as well. It's going to help your recovery a bit better. But at the same time, we want those psychosocial benefits of having the flexibility. Like I said about going for a meal on Friday night, whatever the pudding is, that's the pudding I'm going to have. and I'm okay with that. That's fine. It's not like, oh, I've failed now. But actually, you know what? The interesting part of when you're being fed is that people often don't go snacking then. They often don't, you don't go around someone's house and start snacking or anything like that. So you have that meal and that's potentially done. And sometimes people will go, oh yeah, I've got a meal out, it's really rubbish. But actually then they don't snack or pick in the evening. And actually their calorie intake might be lower than they think in comparison to when they would have one of those moments where they go, oh, I've had a bit of a binge now, I might as well just sod it, might as well just screw it, might as well just lose it now. And the lesson in this is you don't have to track forever, but it gives you that awareness to know that actually I don't have to go into this all or nothing space if I feel like I've made a bad choice here, but actually rather I can go, you know what, I've had that was one, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm actually going to enjoy it. And then we can go into the judgmental side of it, if you like, and go, okay, I want to enjoy my food there. That monkey on your shoulder was, oh, you want to enjoy the food? That was lovely. That was great. Cool. Okay, if I have another one, I have another biscuit, whatever. Was that one as enjoyable as the first one? The monkey on your shoulder will be saying, you want to enjoy your food. Don't let Fruci Fit or Matt say, you need to, and that's not what we're saying at all. We're allowing you to make that choice that you want to make. But was the second as good as the first? And you go again, okay, I have a third biscuit. Was the third as good as the first? And we're starting to question this. Was it as good? Was the fourth as good as the first? Was the fifth as good as the first? Then all of a sudden, we can start to just question this and go, let's look at the data here. What does enjoying my food actually mean? Does it mean feeling good and like I'm in control and not too bloated and not too full? Does it mean I'm having whatever I want and everything I want? And how do I feel then? What does enjoying food actually mean? And these are questions that are real powerful to go through and something that we do in our Kickstart, in our accountability check-ins as well. So if you want more information about that, our 28-day Kickstart, we start next week and the following week. Flexible start date, we've got our 28-day Kickstart in Marlborough, Devizes and Chippenham. So if you want more information on that, do comment below. Have an awesome weekend and I'll see you soon. Take care.